do you think that all government bodies and partners of government should record all of their phone call conversations? Because I believe that all of the parts of government, their staff members, when you call into a call centre, all of the calls should be mandatorily recorded, all of them. And when there is a dispute between anyone that calls in or anything else like that, I believe that those calls that when asked should then be held, and when people ask for the call recordings, that all of them should be given when you say you're going to give them. And I believe that there's a very good reason for that. That you can't have the he said, she said, they said, I said, this said, that said, and everything else. I think it's all there in beautiful evidence. And if you feel that you have made mistakes, whether the individual calling in or whether the person answering the call, there is learning on both sides that could be had. Yeah. And I think that most staff members behave themselves when they know that the call is recorded. And that means that all calls that are transferred should also be recorded, and none of this brushing under a carpet. And the system should be accessed via the public to be able to see whether you have removed any of these calls. Mm-hmm. Because you want to protect one another. And I don't think that anything like that, where you can remove it or delete it, should be allowed. And then I believe that third-party companies should hold on to these recordings. Yeah, so what's your impression on that? Because I'm sure that you know the difference between calling someone who is recorded and how nice they are and quite very lovely, and the call goes and it works, and the ones that aren't recorded and they know it, and then they might abuse their power position. Yeah, exactly. And might not do some things. And then, again, in order to not hold a government accountable, no, but to hold the individual accountable. Because that's not reflection of the government if they've put rules in saying that you will not act like this, you will act like this, you will not do this, this, and this. If you fail to comply with that, then that is not reflection of government, that is reflection of individual. And therefore, it needs looking at. It needs holding accountable for that sort of stuff. In a world where every single thing we do is recorded, I believe that it's odd that it's not recorded in-house, it's only recorded out-house. And I think that if it to be fair that you do it out-house, then you ought to be doing it in-house. And I think that that should always be, I think this should be mandatory. So I'll see if I can lobby this person here to the Green Party. Mm-hmm. To see if whatever it is, not lobby, but suggest this forward and lobby the government for it. Not putting in a donation, but pull it and then hopefully get a fair few signatures for it. Because I think that that should be mandatory. And if I was a leader of government, I would expect this to be mandatory, because at least you can see where you're going wrong. And, on the other hand, where you're going right. And remember, people, anyone that's out there that isn't part of government, compliment staff members that talk to you with dignity and respect. These individuals don't get enough praise for their good job. So remember, always praise someone that talks to you in the most beautiful way. And I think that it's important to praise these individuals. And I think that as a part of this call recording, that good calls should be pushed forwards, because these individuals that know how to talk to many people with dignity and respect are future managers or supervisors with hearts, compassion, kindness, and they walk integral. They are integrity, aren't they, in the sense, because when you come off the phone, don't you feel absolutely beautiful after you've spoke to them? So, and they don't get enough praise, and probably just telling them it helps them to know that they're doing a good job and makes their day in the office just a little bit more bearable. And they do a fantastic job. There are many of them. So I make sure I fundamentally say this to individuals that do talk kindly. And anyone that doesn't, well, usually it's a quick hang up. You know the way it is. Oh, I'm going to go now. Bye-bye. And then they hang up on you for whatever reason. So, I don't know. There you are. So, hit and miss on that one. But yeah, that's what I believe.